Welcome, welcome, bloody welcome. Yes, I'm Richard.
I'm Paul.
And this show is called...
Sunday Chat.
It is.
You're looking very blue today.
Yes, I have blue and purple hair, and why not? Why not?
And it matches your doodah,
Look,
your shirt.
It's spring. We've been in bloody lockdown for God knows how long now. If I want to put some purple and blue through my hair, I bloody well will. Yes.
And?
What?
Glitter?
Glitter? What's that, Paul? Glitter?
Glitter.
I think it's got a T in there, Paul. Bit like British, Brian. Glitter, yes. Well, there is a story. I had a terrible accident with makeup this morning. No, I did.
And this is the result.
I was going to put some lovely silver blue glitter on my eyelids. So I did. And then it didn't look enough. So I had to apply more blue. And then I applied some grey and some silver. And suddenly I looked like the love child of Elvira and Vincent Price. And I thought that's too strong a look for Sunday Chat.
Sunday Chat!
So I wiped it all off, and consequently I'm covered in tiny pieces of facial glitter. I think it's quite enhancing.
It goes with your scarf. You've got a glittery scarf as well.
I know.
You're really quite coordinated today.
Well,
apart from these.
I've got this... No, I've not got jogging pants on. No, and also I got partway through the makeup, and to be absolutely frank with you, Paul, my CBA kicked in. It's not funny, Paul, it's a syndrome. My CBA kicked in, and unfortunately when the CBA strikes, there's nothing I can do. So I just couldn't be arsed. Frankly. So I wiped it all off. Yes. Makeup free today. Au naturel completely.
Yeah.
I am. No, I am.
Apart from the glitter.
Well, the glitter, that's residue, Paul. Yeah. Residue.
Oh, you
anyway.
got a nice cheekbone there. Look, nice.
What do you mean a nice cheekbone?
Sort of, mine go out because they're all happy.
Well, you know why? You know why? It's because I had my wisdom teeth taken out. That helps.
Says a lot.
That helps.
That says a lot.
Purely for cosmetic purposes. No, not really. They were impacted. I had to have them removed when I was 21.
Gosh, was that painful?
Well, I had it done under local.
Well, I didn't think they went in there with a chisel.
Well, they do put people
under
general.
I know. Was it painful afterwards?
Yes, because you have basically 2 holes in your gum.
Yeah.
They were stitched up, but yes.
Did you have to have things like egg mayonnaise?
Well, no, I actually did a drugs trial for them. It was Manchester University, and they said to me, "We're trying out a new drug," and I said, "Yes, I'll do it." And they said, "We will warn you, some of the drugs are placebos."
Well, they always are.
It's a double-blind trial. And I said, "That's okay." And they said, "We will give you pain relief if you need to stop the trial." Well, I stopped the trial within 20 minutes of getting home.
You joke.
I did, and I took the strong painkillers because I thought this is much more fun. And I marked down, because they gave you a timer and a little box full of these drugs. I think all of them were placebos.
Well, if you're taking a real one, then they will be.
No, if you took the real one, you had to stop the trial and say stopped. Pain was too much. Anyway, let's get on with the bloody show. Shall we, Paul? Lovely. So, what's the day? Oh, yes, okay.
Weather.
So, what's the weather been like? I'm having coffee. Woohoo!
The weather has been much better over the last few days. Though we did have a frost last night.
We did. And a full moon as well,
Oh,
which
yes.
explains why I've been feeling so
Queer. Yeah. So it's glorious sunshine today. It was glorious sunshine yesterday, but this morning it was cold. It was cold, cold. And I've got quite a lot of work to do at the plot today.
Yes, working very hard at the plot. Very hard. Just like Vivi as well. Vivi's working hard. We believe in working hard.
Yeah.
At whatever you do, and even if you don't feel like doing it, well, you should push through that barrier. Push through and just do a little and often, bit by bit, day by day.
Have you taken any other things this morning?
No.
So, yeah, we're about to go back down to sort of cold temperatures overnight as we get a bit further into March, which I didn't see. Well, in fact, it wasn't forecast a couple of weeks ago, but it is forecast now that we go back to near zero for about a week overnight.
Well, I noticed the news on the Express. I didn't read it, it went past, saying polar vortex to destroy all of Britain, everybody will die. But that's usually the headline in the Express.
The Daily Express is such a... Well, actually, now it's been bought by the Mirror. I think it's mostly a better journalistic paper than it was before. But you still have... I mean, it's renowned. One day it will say we're going to freeze to death, and then the next day it will say that there's a Saharan wind coming and we're all going to boil. And, literally, there was one day, maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, where the two headlines on 2 subsequent day papers was the polar opposite. Literally the polar opposite.
That's lovely, Paul. So it's been a busy week down at the plot.
It has.
Doing lots of lovely videos, Paul. I've noticed you're really kicking them out at the moment.
And by the time this is out,
busy.
There will be another one on... So we're recording this Saturday morning, and there was one that went up this morning about seed sowing, and there's one that goes up later today. So, because I didn't want to put it up on Sunday because it could impact the viewing for Sunday chat, which I don't want to do. So, yeah.
I've also noticed, Paul, you've got 2 aubergines now.
Oh yes, I do. I do. Yeah.
2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, one's a little bit weaker than the other one, and I'm going to be doing some re-sowing of aubergines tomorrow.
Oh, lovely.
So, I'll...
How do you know it's weaker than the other one? Because it's smaller, because it came up after it.
Because I keep an eye on how things do, and it came up not as strongly, and it's looking a bit weaker than the other one did at the same stage a week ago.
Observations.
Absolutely.
Progress.
Well, yeah.
Recording things.
Yes.
Doing things properly.
Yes.
Growing food.
I did see someone...
did you?
This video popped up saying,
Did
your recommended things, and I started watching it, and I thought, really?
Really?
Honestly?
Was it somebody we know?
No, it wasn't. Not know very well, no. And it was sort of like, I think you're not doing that
properly.
Yeah, not doing it properly.
Just not doing it, probably. There's so many YouTube channels,
and they've got so many subscribers.
I find these days some of these YouTube channels, they say they're all about gardening, but they just don't focus on gardening. And they don't seem to do any gardening. Get on with it. Anyway, let's move on from that subject.
I did watch Erica's tomato seed sowing video this morning, which I did enjoy. And lots of nice tips in there as well, Erica. I've already put a comment on your video. But I particularly like the one about not sowing too many seeds. Seeds. Well, very often people will go, oh, tomatoes, oh, I'll sow these seeds.
140.
Yeah, and they sow they're going to sow 5 or 6 varieties, and they sow 50 seeds of each variety.
A forest of tomatoes.
Could be a forest of tomatoes.
You can't have them too close together though, can you, tomatoes? That's the thing.
No, but you'll have to give most of those away, or sadly enough. I mean, seeds
Or sell them.
Seeds keep in the fridge so well,
Some do, but some don't. Do they?
Which ones don't?
I don't know. I was just throwing it out there.
You were just throwing it out there. I don't know where that came from. So the seed banks that were all over the world that actually freeze seeds and keep these, that's all rubbish, is it?
Yep, they're going to have a big shock when the world comes to an end. Anyway, let's move on because there's plenty of bloody growing videos for you to watch on our channel.
I think you need to come down to the plot and teach me more about your skills of growing, Richard. I could learn a lot.
I think you could, Paul. So, last week was a challenging week, le semaine de la challenge. Excuse me, I'll do the French. Thank you very much. Of course, I had my eye issue.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's kind of a... What? What is it?
Look, can you see on the wall?
Oh, a
Look,
tit.
it's a tit.
What was it doing on the wall?
It's on the top now.
Was it eating things from the crevices?
I think it was. I think it was looking for spiders. Because there's a garage there made of bricks. And I think it was looking for spiders and things in the crevices.
What else would it be made of, Paul?
Well, it could be made of concrete blocks. It could be wooden. It could be
true.
made of corrugated steel.
So many other
yeah,
materials.
it could be made of plastic bottles.
I think maybe we should do a video about what garages can be made of. That would
There's
go down
a
like
new
a lead
series.
balloon, wouldn't it? Yeah. Anyway, so yes, back to me.
He's back. No, he's back. Oh, he's gone again.
Shall we abandon Sunday chat and just do tits on the wall?
Might get quite good views.
Probably.
Maybe we should call this Sunday Chat :
Tits on the wall.
Tits on the wall.
Good idea. Should we do that?
Yeah.
Let's do a bit of clickbait.
Oh, and do we have to go?
Everything's failed. But my tits are on the wall. So yes, I had that eye issue. Not going to go into a pity party about it because it's fine now. But it did take a while, didn't it?
It did.
I think as you get older, these things do take a little bit longer. But I had plenty of carrots.
Yeah.
Vitamin A helps with eye regeneration. Plenty of cream. And I did actually have to take cream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Cream in the eye, Vitapos.
Not like,
Not clotted
Dairy cream.
No, that would be silly, Paul. Don't be silly.
Well, just in case somebody thinks it's a good idea to put dairy
yes,
cream in
that's
your
very
eye.
true.
You
People
don't want that to happen.
People eat all sorts of things. That tit is bothering me now.
No, it's
Let's
lovely.
go on, Paul. Let's continue. La continue. What was I saying?
Video continuation.
Yeah, we're talking about me now.
Oh, yeah.
Not you.
Yeah. So, Richard,
Paul.
what's happening?
Yeah. So I did have to take the day off on Monday because I couldn't see. I turned the computer on and it was useless. So I decided, je décidé, to sit on the sofa and close my eyes. I lined up some podcasts and some Radio 2 plays. Paul,
I'm miming.
just calm down or it's no more coffee for you today. We're still recording.
Yeah.
And so that's all fine. Took the day off on Monday and I'm glad I did because it did me the world of good. Lovely. So that was fine. And I actually really enjoyed the podcasts I listened to. Educational. What was I listening to? I listened to a play with Joanna Lumley. And I watched a series of podcasts. I think it's called
You watched them?
No, listened to. It'd be silly to watch them, wouldn't it? Staring at a blank screen for 5 hours.
Mind you, our podcasts are on YouTube, so you could actually watch them.
Anyway, I think it's called The Infinite Monkey Cage, I think, with Brian Cox.
Right.
And it was all about a range of different lovely subjects like time travel. Things like that.
I want to listen to that.
Quantum mechanics, quantum physics, all of that. But light-hearted, with a comedian each time.
With who?
Various comedians.
What well-known ones?
Sarah Pascoe.
Oh, I can't like her.
Matt Lucas. Not that funny. And various people. So that was good fun. I actually rested, but I was educating myself at the same time, falling in and out of consciousness periodically. So that's lovely. Consequently, we had about 4 nights in a row of very poor sleep, didn't we, Paul?
Oh, we did.
Very poor sleep and very weird dreams as well.
I think it was Monday. When did you hurt your eye? Was it Saturday?
Saturday, early hours.
I think it was either Sunday. I think it was Sunday night, Monday morning. He was going, help, help, help. And of course I woke up and I thought something had happened to his eye. And it took me a while to realise that he was asleep and he was dreaming.
Dreaming.
But it was quite distressing. And I woke him up gently, and you stopped saying help.
Well, I remember the dream, and it starred one of our subscribers and followers, Brian Brown from Brian's Jersey Garden.
Yeah.
Brian, you were in my dream.
What was he doing?
Well, it wasn't anything saucy, Paul.
Oh, I see.
God.
I thought he might have been putting up tomatoes.
I'll tell you what it was. Brian, for some reason, in the dream, had been posting pictures of beautiful wallpaper, and I decided to fly over to America to go and photograph Brian's wallpaper.
As you would.
I know. And I was outside this palatial house that Brian lived in the dream. And I let myself in. Right. And Brian sort of went, oh, like that. And I said, oh, hi, Brian. I've just come to photograph your wallpaper.
As you do.
And he said, well, I'm busy at the moment. I'm selling a piece. And there was this huge thing. I don't know what it was. It was like a clock picture type thing with gold. And there was an evaluator with grey hair, short grey hair, and a beard and moustache. And I was saying, so how much is it worth? And he said, oh, it's worth whatever. And I said, oh, great. And then it changed, and there was a little cleaner, a little man cleaning the house. And Brian said to me, wait downstairs. So I was sat in this room. Brian was upstairs. I could see him on the palatial dynasty house type mansion. And then all of a sudden, everything in the room started flying towards me, as though it was like gravity had disappeared. And the little cleaner man, who was sort of cleaning, mopping, sweeping, flew towards me and was kind of on top of me. And we were both trying to sort of, untangle ourselves from each other, but we couldn't because everything was pressing towards me. And I remember I had a pair of scissors in my hand.
God,
don't know why. Yeah. And that was the point where I was shouting help. And I couldn't shout. I couldn't actually speak in the dream. I remember thinking, when you get that, you can't walk or you can't run or you can't speak. And I was saying, help, Brian. Yeah? I was shouting to Brian and he was just completely oblivious.
You were shouting, help, Brian, help.
Yeah.
Not, help, Brian.
No, not help Brian, but help me, essentially.
Yeah. What
and
about,
then I
what
woke
about the cleaner
up.
man?
He was on top of me, sweeping me. So that was the dream, Brian Brown. There you go. Lovely.
What a fascinating hour that was, listening to that.
Don't be sarcastic, Paul. It doesn't suit you. So that was lovely. What else has been going on this week, Paul? What else has been
Well, we had a
happening?
few other nights of sort of not sleeping
Yeah,
very
I had
well.
the other dream, didn't I, where I was at a place in Twickenham a house in Twickenham.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Searching through a dustbin with somebody. I don't know who they were. And I actually remembered the address. I'm not going to say it in case anybody lives there.
Well, it was on Twickenham Road, wasn't it?
Twickenham Road, but not necessarily in Twickenham. I don't know.
It was in Richmond. I think it was Twickenham Road in Richmond.
I was outside this house searching through the bins, and I said to this person I was with, we shouldn't be doing this, let's go. And I left the premises. It was like a haunted house. I left the premises and I was shouting to this person, come back, because I feared something sinister was going to happen. And that's when I woke up and I was shouting, come back, come back.
He was shouting, come back, come back. There we are.
They were fascinating, fun-filled, slightly scary dreams.
Lovely.
I think they were lovely, Paul.
I think everyone has thought that they're lovely.
Good.
We've really enjoyed you recounting those gorgeous dreams.
Good. And that's the second sarcastic comment you've had today. You don't get another one of those. So let's move on, shall we, Paul? Shall we,
What's
Paul? Next? I've been doing some housework.
You have?
That's it. Why have we put housework down? Why have you told me to put housework down on here? Look at that birch tree in the light, in the sun. See. Lovely.
Yeah. Are you going to take a photo of it and slip it in?
Why, Paul?
Well, because you did quite a lot of housework this week. We were talking about
I know why. We've got a house guest coming.
Oh, yeah.
Very soon. We've got our social boublé with a lovely Vivi Gregory. So what I was doing actually was
préparer
la pièce.
Le chambre.
Le chambre pour la Vivi. And I was also ironing bed sheets.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the queen of the iron, Vivi. I thought, I've got to iron these. I can't put them on crumpled.
He burnt through 3 sheets.
I didn't, Paul. I've never burnt through a sheet in my life. So, move on. True. What? Silence. What have we been watching on television this week, Paul?
Lots.
We tried that film, didn't we, first of all?
What film?
That bloody awful film. Game Night.
Oh, Game Night. Yeah.
It's meant to be some kind of murder mystery comedy.
Yeah, we didn't get that far.
No, 10-minute rule. 10 minutes switched off, so we don't recommend that one. Drag Race UK.
Now, I rather enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was really good.
I'm enjoying this section of I think this is the most exciting part. After Snatch Game.
Yeah, and the Queen went home that we went, okay, fine.
Yeah. Well, who was it? Who went home? Sister. Well, frankly, she wasn't my favourite. Sorry, Sister, if you're watching this, you're not. But she wasn't my favourite, I'm sorry. I just found her a little bit strange and a bit forced.
Yeah, but there we are.
I don't want to be mean to anybody.
Well, you do actually, sometimes. Yeah. Bimini is still, I think...
She is strong, but she was no good.
Struggled this time.
Yes, because it was a technical dressmaking challenge. She's not a dressmaker.
No.
So she didn't do very well, and that was quite sad.
And Lawrence Chaney, I loved Lawrence's costume.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
I thought the way it had been put together and the crafting of it and the way it moulded her body was just fabulous.
But Ellie Diamond did do very, very well. She really excelled at that outfit with the sweets. The Candy Princess.
I think for me, and I'm not RuPaul, as you can see, for me, Ellie won last week's.
Who won the challenge?
Did Ahura win last week?
Oh, Ahura won. Well, no, she did deserve. That outfit was incredible.
I think it was.
With those big sleeves that came out.
Yeah, it was like the sort of...
she excelled at what she does well.
Velociraptor sleeves, they were like. Yeah, they were, because the Velociraptors, they go...
No, they don't.
Like that. They do.
That's not a Velociraptor.
What is
they
it?
They don't have those wings, Paul.
Well,
was like one of those
Velociraptor in my
dinosaurs.
head, anyway.
Well, you're wrong.
And I thought it was going to be a dual win this week.
Did you?
I thought they were both going to get a Rupeater badge, but they didn't.
Anyway, lovely. So that's
But
all
I thought
good
Ellie
fun.
Diamond was lovely this
Keep
week.
kettle boiling, Paul. Come on. That's it. So we also watched a fabulous, fabulous film from 1968 called The Queen, which is the documentary story of a drag pageant back in 1967, the year I was born. And
In New York?
No.
Where was it?
Oh, what, you mean the film?
Well, yeah,
I thought
I
you
do.
meant where I was born. Was it New York?
Oh dear.
Yes, it was New York.
I
wasn't
think it was New
Yes.
York.
And this is one of the... it's queer history. It's an essential film in queer history. Because those times were very, very different. You could tell by the clothes that the queens wear, their civilian clothes, how they couldn't particularly express themselves in public.
Yeah.
Apart from one of them.
Yeah.
Who
won?
didn't care, who won. But it was a fascinating documentary. Very different to how the queens are these days because, the looks of modern day society are so different.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In pop culture. But they were all sort of, in way out 60s fashion with the little beehives and all of that. So that was fascinating. If you're into queer history, check it out on Netflix, The Queen. Really good.
Yeah. So it's a drama documentary, Well, it's a documentary
It's a
film,
documentary,
isn't it?
I said that.
Well, you said a film. I didn't
I said documentary.
Yeah.
I did.
I just wasn't listening at that moment. No.
So,
What
lovely.
else?
What else have we watched? Usual quiz night on a Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Struggling to answer any of the questions
this
as
week.
usual.
Oh, God.
What?
Couldn't answer any of the what's it? Only Connect ones.
I couldn't even watch it, frankly, because I had to sit on the sofa in my sunglasses that evening, didn't I?
You did.
It was just too bright. I couldn't watch TV.
You watch New Avengers with sunglasses, black and white, no, it's colour, isn't it? Is it colour?
Yes,
Yes, of
Paul.
course
Are you
it's
living in
colour.
some kind of strange black and white world,
I
Paul?
feel as though I have been this week, actually. Yeah.
Really? So, good. We've also been treating ourselves to a couple of little property programmes.
Yes.
We do like a property programme once in a while, and we tend to watch, occasionally, A Place in the Sun, where couples go to Spain, usually, looking for a holiday home. It's always the same, though, isn't it, Paul?
Well, they're not couples always.
They're a couple of people.
A couple of people, but they're not a couple.
Very often they are, Paul.
Often they
Thank
are,
you.
but
Don't
not
split
always.
hairs. You've got enough of them already. I'm just simplifying it for the viewers.
But I think it's a sort of escape thing for me at the moment. It's that, that time of lockdown, and I think I've been watching them for a few weeks. We've been watching them for a few weeks. I've watched a few more than you. And I think it's that thing of wanting to just escape where we are at the moment.
Yeah. But it's quite fun, but they're always the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're always the same, looking for a holiday home, blah, blah, blah.
We've got £6 and threepence to spend.
They've always got...
We want it near the beach. We want 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, outside space, somewhere to have a tequila or, whatever, barbecue, solarium, but all for, 3 and sixpence.
You finished? It's always the same, though. Oh, it's too small. The bathroom's too small. We can't see the sea.
Yes, sea view. I forgot sea view.
We can't
Sea
see the
view.
sea. We want to be close to the sea, please.
I love it when they go about 5 miles inland and then they go up to the solarium and then they go, and look, if you look over there, you have a sea view. And there's like, they show the whole horizon, and then there's a little bit of sea just here. And the people go, ooh.
Yeah, and then they always say, well, to get what you want at your budget, you're going to have to travel about 5 miles inland. The next property we're looking at is 5 miles inland. It's always the same, isn't it? Always the same. Although, how anybody would want a holiday home in those big apartment blocks, I don't know. I mean, that one they showed them the other day, we're 9 floors up. You've got 3 children, aged 3, 2 and 1. Do you think they'd enjoy this? No, not a good idea. Really. Really.
But my business partner, or a business partner of mine, quite a few years ago now, had a wonderful apartment in Cannes on the Croisette, and that was absolutely lovely. And that was sort of quite, well, I think it was about 8 blocks high.
Yeah, and it makes a difference if it costs about £500,000.
Yeah, 2.2 million.
Really?
2.2 million.
These people are spending 100,000 max most of the time, Paul. Well, they're going to get a box. And they always say, well, the thing is, in Spain, people normally live outdoors.
Yeah.
That's what they always say. But if you want to sit inside with a beautiful view, you want to enjoy the view.
You do.
From a comfortable chair, without people looking at you.
You do.
So, anyway, let's move on, Paul, because we've got too much to do. We also watched a new show called The Great British Dig Off. Not Dig Off. What's it called?
I don't know. Dig.
The Great British Dig, not Dig Off.
Yeah.
Dig.
Great British Dig.
Which is an archaeological discovery programme where people dig people's gardens up and find dead bodies.
And things. And
not dead bodies, skeletons.
Skellingtons. Skellingtons. Oh, I found a skeleton. Skeletons.
Skeleton. Yeah, I didn't mean that. So I'm thinking of Jack Skellington.
I know what you're thinking.
From Doodah.
From Doodah. We watched 2 episodes. We watched the first and the second episode. The first episode,
good, was it, really?
First episode.
You know what it misses? It's because it's got that guy in it, that comedian, Hugh Doodah. What's his name? Who does Mock the Week?
Dennis.
Hugh Dennis. Okay, he comes out with funny stuff occasionally, but he's got 0 personality.
I think, well, on that, he certainly has. I mean,
0.
In Outnumbered, when he was actor in Outnumbered.
Yeah, but he's always the same, though. He's not an actor. He's just Hugh Dennis.
But anyway, he was presenting this.
Yeah, with no personality.
The first episode, no. The second episode, more interesting. But did you notice one of the archaeologists said, I was really this was the one I was really looking forward to. So I don't know how many there are in the series, but this was the one that one of the archaeologists was looking forward to.
There was a very sweet woman who talked to an archaeologist. Came to her door and said...
Episode 1, this
Hiya, love, we're going to dig your garden up and look for skeletons. Yeah? And she went, oh, well, that'd be lovely. She said, well, I got home from the pub one night and I was quite inebriated and I saw a Roman soldier walk through the garden.
From the waist up.
She didn't say that.
Yes, she did.
Did she?
Yeah.
I don't think she did.
Not all of the soldier.
Did she?
And the guy...
And he went, oh, right. Okay, love.
But then he said about the levels being lower.
And they did actually find the corner of the Roman...
Doodah.
Thing.
Garrison.
Yeah. So anyway, she was quite sweet. So there are some characters on there that are enjoyable. Enjoyable. Carry on, Paul. We're coming to the end now.
Well, what else have we watched? We won't labour on that.
Oh God, what else? That's it.
No, we watched something
Superstore.
else. Superstore.
The throwdown continues.
Oh yeah, great pottery throwdown.
Now
We
there's
really
a
enjoyed
personality
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
presenter.
that. Fabulous.
She's great.
Fabulous. There's
Lovely.
something else we've watched. I'm sure there is.
That's it. That's it.
What's that? Oh no. That's,
Superstore.
Oh yeah, we have. Yeah.
So
Watched everything.
that's it. We don't have a word of the week
Oh
this
no,
week.
no. That's what I wanted to talk about. An audiobook
Well,
I'm
you're too
listening
late
to.
now.
I'm having quite a nice time listening to an audiobook called something like 30,000 Bottles of Wine and a Pig Called Helga. And it's about a gay couple, Australian gay couple, who move out to create a sort of B&B place in the country. And I can't remember whether it's Sydney or Melbourne or Adelaide or whatever. But I'm really enjoying it. So, yeah,
Good.
it's on Audible. It's on
Good.
Audible, but it's fun. It's interesting. It's one of those that is a bit like the series Driving Over Lemons. If you've read the books, the series of books Driving Over Lemons, you'll sort of know what I mean. Yeah, it's fun, and I'm desperate to know what happens to the pig called Helga.
Good. So there's no word of the week this week because I've used all of the words in the English language now.
I don't think you have.
And it's getting harder and harder to
What
find.
about Spandalicious?
It's getting harder and harder to find unusual words that I haven't already done.
Ongramatometrical.
So that's it for this week's Sunday chat.
Phantasmagorical.
No, those are words that people know.
What does phantasmagorical mean?
Phantasmagorical. There's only one meaning for it, Paul. God.
What about supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
We've done that.
We haven't done that.
We have. So we're saying goodbye now.
Are you going to keep your sparkles on?
Say goodbye now.
Are you going to
Paul.
keep your sparkles on?
No, they'll naturally drop off throughout the day.
Are you going to be making lunch?
Yes, with sparkles.
We'll have a sparkly lunch.
So thank you, bloody thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe. And also remember that if you want to support us, you can do so on our coffee page. The link's in the description below. You can also join us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and our Facebook group, Planet Vegetaria. That's a Facebook group by Richard and Paul. Richard and Paul since 2017. That's contractual.
What are you doing the rest of the day?
I was just giving a dazzling smile, Paul. Don't interrupt
Go on,
me.
give it. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous.
I know, stunning. So, goodbye. Take care of yourselves, darlings. Take care of yourselves.
Is there anyone there still?
Hello? Hello? Ooh. No, they're all gone now. Bye.
Well, if you are still there,
Bye.
bananas.
Bananas. Bananas. Goodbye.
Bye.